And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he addressed Congress this week at the controversial invitation of the Speaker of the House. Now, Michigan Republicans supported Netanyahu's appearance, in which the Prime Minister criticized any kind of arms deals with Iran. Michigan Congressman John Conyers was one of about 50 Democrats who refused to attend the speech. Now, how does Netanyahu's appearance impact negotiations? Will Congress have a role in signing off on any deal with Iran? And I think first, Stephen, we have to talk about the fact that people are still angry with the way this went down, the fact the Obama administration was not notified that this invitation went out.
Well, I mean, it's completely unprecedented. I mean, it's really inappropriate to have done it that way. It was a way of trying to swipe at the president. It was giving a foreign leader who's facing his own internal political challenge at home a stage in our country to try to use our legislative body as a way to manipulate those elections. I mean, this is off the charts kind of bad behavior. At the same time, I'm glad that as many members of the Michigan delegation went to the speech as did. There were a lot of Democrats who, despite being upset about this, sat through the speech. The speech was interesting. He made some very good points during it. He also said some things that were completely outrageous about unilateral action, about this false dichotomy between a deal with Iran and some sort of military action. I think there's a lot of gray space between that where we will end up. But overall, I mean, I just think, you know, if this is the precedent that's set, wait till the Democrats get control of Congress and see who they invite to come play out their internal politics in this country.
And was it bad form for John Conyers to not go to that speech?
I mean, John Conyers, I don't worry about him. He was the only one of the Michigan delegation who didn't go. I mean, you're not looking at John Conyers as any sort of leading example here on policy. But, and I agree that I wrote that I didn't think Netanyahu that it was wise for him to come to Congress in defiance of the White House, because it forced Democrats who would otherwise support his position and support Israel to choose between their president and him. So, you know, the one thing you have pretty good bipartisan support on in Congress is their support for Israel, and he risked dividing that. But having said that, I mean, the Congress was acting in response to an unprecedented measure. Congress has always been consulted on nuclear arms deal, and the president has told him, in this case, I'm going to make what amounts to a nuclear arms treaty without your approval. That's not only unprecedented, it's very dangerous. This sets a course for world history for decades to come, and the Congress is not signing.
But that's something
going to have to be the last one.
Yeah, that's something he said he would like to do. It's not something he's done, and I think the preemptive strike here by congressional Republicans, of course, puts him now in a box in terms of whether he retaliates or not. It just was not the way to handle this. This is a really sensitive issue. You got to work this out without military action, which nobody in this country is going to support, some prolonged ground war or something in Iran to deal with this. This is about negotiating, and Netanyahu's wrong on that, and so are a lot of the congressional Republicans.
All right, well, we're going to have to leave it there. But before we go, we want to say, hey, congratulations on your new gig. You're going to be hosting Detroit Today on WDET 101.9
We're going to have to make an appointment with him.
I was just going to say, so you're basically going to have me and Nolan on every week, right? We're just going to hang out and talk about stuff.
It'll just be my week on the radio.
Right. We've already done that.
We're going to bring some donuts.
That's right. That's right. Drinks are on you next time.
Don't work cheap.
And that is going to do it for MiWeek. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to continue our conversation online right after the show. So go to MiWeek.org for an extra segment that you won't see on TV. We're also on Facebook and we're on Twitter during the week, so make sure you connect with us there. I'm Christy McDonald. For all of us at Detroit Public TV, we will see you next week. Take care.